UCentral, Oklahoma.
Student body president and vice president elections are next week, and Abby is in studio with two of the candidates to get a look at their campaign. Abby?
Thanks, Zach. I'm here with Johnny Butler and Mark Harmon, who are running for student body president and vice president. Thank you so much for being here today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Abby.
Yeah, so to start off, just tell me a little bit about yourselves and your background.
Yeah, so I came from Rose State College. I was the student body president there, and I actually own a restaurant in Bricktown, Oklahoma City, and now I'm here at UCO, and I'm looking to become student body president here.
Absolutely.
So I'm a freshman. I just got back from my military AIT training in February of last year, so this is my first year here.
Awesome. So why did you decide to run for these positions?
I decided to run for this position because I have a revolutionary dream that I want to implement into UCO. It's called the DREAM program, and it's something that I implemented into my restaurant in Bricktown. It works like a charm. It is an amazing program, and basically the idea behind this program is students our age feel lost all over the nation. They feel lost at this time in their lives because this is going to be who they become, their major, who they meet, stuff like that. So a lot of kids, they tend to get lost, and I want to collaborate with career development, and I want to collaborate with people like that so we can figure out what their dreams are, not just career-wise, but dreams just as a whole, and so I can develop a plan with them into accomplishing those dreams. And that's something that I feel passionate about and something that I am going to work on whenever I get that position as student body president.
What about you?
One of the big reasons I'm wanting to run is because as a student, I want to represent my fellow students. As I said in one of our other interviews, I want to make the school a better place for future generations that come, because one day my brother and my two little sisters will be in college, and when they're in that position, I want them to have a wonderful learning environment.
Awesome. So in your opinion, what are the top 2 or 3 issues students here at UCO are currently facing right now, and how would you address them?
Yeah, so D2L, I think that there needs to be a better adaptation from students that have never used it. I think that incoming freshmen, for sure, maybe perhaps a tutorial as to how to use D2L, that could be something small on the smaller side. But another issue, again, going back to that DREAM program, I'm so passionate about that, what that stands for. Students need to know that they can, I want them to be empowered to chase their dreams. I don't want anybody to lose any of those dreams. I want them to pursue them, and that's what I'm going to make sure of whenever I become student body president. That's something that I feel very strongly about, and that's a huge issue I think everybody feels here at UCO.
Okay. So you mentioned the DREAM program. What are your main priorities for your campaign?
So yeah, the main priorities for the campaign, of course, integrating the DREAM program, but as well as, I guess, some student action committee was another thing that we had been looking at.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to go over the student action?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the Student Action Committee is a plan proposal I have that will be led by members of UCOSA, and what it'll do is it'll have the ability to hire UCO students to resolve issues on campus. I think the reason this is such a great idea is because a lot of students can't afford to have a full-time job, and so they run low on money pretty often. And I think this would be good for those who can maybe not work a full-time job, but can work 5 to 6 hours a week and maybe earn a few $100s fixing issues here on campus.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned students have trouble with jobs and stuff. What specific policies do you have in mind to improve student life on campus?
I want to mention the UCOSA, the University of Central Oklahoma Student Association. I think that coming from Rose State College and being the president there, seeing how meetings are ran there, there's so much work that needs to be done here for the students in terms of how the leaders are operating in the meetings and how we conduct ourselves through change that we can make in those meetings. I think that there's a lot of change, a lot of things that we need to improve in those meetings. So I think policies on that level definitely need to be addressed.
Okay. And what's one thing about UCO that you think deserves the most attention?
I think that the potential. I think the potential of the students and the dreams that I want to uncover and pull out of people, that's something that I think deserves so much more attention, and I'm going to give it that attention.
Okay. Do you have an answer?
I think it's just the students. They work tirelessly every single day that they're here, and I think they deserve proper attention and care for that.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Abby.
Back to you at the desk.